like to greet all human beings all around the world with the universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be with you. I'd like to say to my Muslim sisters and brothers all around the world that's honoring Ramadan, the month of Ramadan, I'd like to say Ramadan Mubarak. I'd like to say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I like to say A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. I seek refuge with God from Satan, the rejected enemy, the accursed, the accused devil, in the name of God, most gracious, most merciful. The day being May the 23rd, 2019, Thursday, about 8:10 p.m. First, what I like to say is, make sure you don't get them in there. First, I like to say to all those that approach me concerning the things that I say on my YouTube, I like to say I thank God that I'm not on Facebook anymore, because I think Facebook said that I had like about almost 500 friends, and I know out of the 500, maybe 100 or less was actually friends. What I want to say is, now, when these guys and other people have been attacking me and my family, calling me all these derogatory names and things like that there, you see, didn't no organization or no groups come around to speak up. When the bus driver did what he did to my daughter in the Charleston R1 school district, didn't no organization or no groups or nobody, they didn't come speak up. When the police came into my house in 2008 and took my barely 2- and 3-year-old daughters without a warrant, without probable cause, without justification, didn't no group or no organization speak up. But when I merely 3 years ago was videoing somebody right down the street from me on Warhouse in Vine Street, somebody called the police and told them that I was videoing children. You see what I'm saying? And the police didn't see any fault in me videoing children, but then the police that didn't like me, they happened to call the individual that I was videoing and had this individual to come down, and the police put charges on me. You see what I'm saying? But now people is worried about me mentioning organizations. You know, I'm gonna mention organizations for a reason. When I mention the NAACP here in Southeast Missouri, Charleston, Missouri, anywhere else, you see what I'm saying? When I mention the Justice for All, Black Lives Matter, let me tell you with what I feel. You see what I'm saying? If people don't speak up about all injustices, but they notice stuff on my YouTube video when I mention things, but they didn't see anything wrong with these thugs coming around my house doing what they did to me. They didn't see anything wrong with that. But let me tell you what I think about the NAACP. You see, to me, the NAACP need to change their name to NAACCP. And that's the National Association for the Advancement of Certain Colored People. You see what I'm saying? Because that's what goes on. Certain people, these people look out for. Justice for all. It should be justice for certain people. Black Lives Matter. It should be certain Black Lives Matter. When a white police kill a black, then blacks coming together. But when these Negroes did what they did to me, when this white bus driver did what he did to my daughter in the school, Black lives didn't matter. You know why? Because it was Raymond Lewis Ivy. So that's why I speak the way I speak. I ain't got to mention no name. If you are president of the Justice for All, if you the president or the CEO of Black Lives Matter, if you the president or the CEO or of the Justice for All, then you should be standing on anybody that's being treated unjust. Anybody in Charleston, Missouri that said that I haven't been treated unjust, they're lying. The truth ain't in them. And I just told you what I think about the NAACP, Justice for All, and Black Lives Matter. You see, the people in the courthouse, the judges that's overseeing what these thugs did to me, I give them high honor. The police that had the courage to do his job off the Charleston Police Department and filed charges against these individuals, I give him high honor. But I don't give it to his supervisor and them, because they done let these guys do what they want to do. Y'all seen that right across the street when the sergeant and the other police officers was laughing and talking to him. But you see, the NAACP, Justice for All, Black Lives Matter, me and my kids and my life didn't matter then. You see what I'm saying? Any legitimate NAACP, any legitimate Justice for All, any legitimate organizations that fight for any type of justice, they would have stood in. They would have stood in and stood up and spoke up about it. But you see, it got to happen to certain people. That's why I said they need to change the name to NAACCP. You see what I'm saying? The National Association for the Advancement of Certain Colored People. Because you don't represent everybody. I'm not just talking about Charleston. I'm talking about everywhere I went. Now, you may have some NAACP to represent people, but I don't see it in Southeast Missouri. I met the National Conference president. Anytime he gonna honor a president down here in Charleston, Missouri, that was the president for 23 years and he wasn't in compliance, then that means it's just the advancement for certain colored people. You don't get this man no honor, but they did. But you, like I said, people notice in my videos, they want to talk to me, to have me to talk to these guys that the way they done did me and my family. I'm going to let them people downtown that showed me and my children respect, I'm going to let them talk to them people. And if any of y'all want me to talk to them, you go down there and talk to them people. Because the next one of y'all to approach me to try to ask me to talk to them people, I'm going to report y'all. You see what I'm saying? It was okay for people to call when I'm videoing somebody down the street that's telling somebody that I'm a rapist and things like that. It's okay for them to call, but when I call, then I'm a snitch. You can call me what I want. You want to call me. See, one thing I know about a snitch do it behind your back. That's what they did to me. When I was videoing, I wasn't just videoing kids. I was videoing an individual that was telling children that I raped children. The same thing these other two Negroes was doing, the same thing some of these other people doing. They following the pattern of these individuals down here. You see what I'm saying? Y'all talking about that y'all like me. Y'all know who I'm talking about. You see what I'm saying? This one pastor that we made, supposed to have been making millions in January the 19th at Lincoln School, he know who he is. He called himself a pastor. I see you on this guy's page every time. Preach. How you gonna tell a Negro to preach that's running around here with a gun in his car and he a felon? How you gonna tell a Negro to preach when he on this corner? You see what I'm saying? Harassing me and my children. You see what I'm saying? You ain't no preacher. So how you gonna tell him to preach? You a false prophet, and if you don't like what I'm saying, last time me and you got into it, your daughters and them talking about whooping me, but ain't nobody gonna put their hand on Raymond Lewis Ivy. If they do, it's gonna be something done, and I'm gonna fight back. So don't none of y'all come by me here telling me about my videos when you can't say nothing about when these Negroes around here doing things to other black people. When this Wisconsin R1 school district misusing people. When you got certain police threatening individuals that talk to me. So y'all ain't no organizations down here. You see what I'm saying? Black lives don't matter to some of y'all people in here. Only certain people, black people, lives matter. So for all of y'all that keep approaching me about me and my videos, don't watch my videos, because what I'm saying is 100% true. Peace be still.